Hey there, my quilty friends. It's Jen from the Little Shop of Stitches. Welcome to Monday, everybody. Give me a hi or hello in those comments down below and let me know if everything is working in this brand new week. Lori, good to see you. Melissa and Valerie, hello to you. Tina, my friend. Melinda is on here. Pam, good morning in California. Paula, good to see you as well. The app is working the way it is supposed to. Instagram has joined in. Facebook's still thinking long and hard. Valerie from Georgetown, Texas, good to see you. Lori from Nebraska. Thank you, everybody, for those comments. Dina, Diane, Pam, and Judy, Terry, Joanne, thank you, everybody. I think everything is working the way it is supposed to. So on this Monday, we are kicking off a brand new mystery program. So this one is put on by our friends at T2Q, Ticket to Quilt, those lovely people who bring us the shop hops throughout the year as well. Now kicking off a brand new mystery quilt program. So I'm going to stay with you here and answer as many questions that I can that you may have about this brand new program. It is brand new to me as well. If we run across a question that I don't know the answer to, I happen to have a Peggy Post-it note right next to me. I will write down that question and I will see about finding that answer. But on the kickoff today is the first day that the participating shops are allowed to sell the fabric bundles. So for those of you who have done the brown bag mystery program in the past, it is same but different. There are some things that are the same about the T2Q Mystery Program. There are some things that are different, and we will hopefully talk through all of those things right here on our Little Shop Live today. So if this is your first time shopping with the Little Shop of Stitches, and you happen to be on Facebook right now, whether you're on with me live or whether you're catching the replay, go ahead and type the word register, R-E-G-I-S-T-E-R, down there in that little comment bubble. Follow the little link that it will give you to click on and confirm your account, because that is what qualifies you to shop today's live sale. Now, if you shop with the Little Shop of Stitches in the past, or if you're watching on Instagram, if you're on that Little Shop app, or if you're live on the Comment Sold web with me, you do not need to type register. That is just for our brand new Facebook friends. Let's talk a little bit about local pickup and shipping. The Little Shop of Stitches is an online quilt shop, but I do offer a local pickup option. Easy for me to say. For those of you in the Dayton, Ohio area, I will be at our Panera in Centerville this Friday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon with your bags of goodies. For our out-of-town friends, shipping is just $9 per week unless your order is $100 or more, and then it ships for free. So I'm combining shipping this week for 4 Little Shop Lives. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all at noon Eastern time. So out-of-town friends, I just hold on to your piles of goodies until Friday and then put everything together in one box and send it off to the post office if you already paid that $9 shipping fee earlier this week. Which doesn't make any sense, Jen, because today is Monday. Sorry, little glitch in the brain. I will hold on to your piles of goodies until Friday. Tomorrow, when we reconvene, we'll talk a little bit about how the system combines shipping. There we go. So I'm reading your comments at the same time while I'm going through the spiel. Marianne from Orlando, good to see you. Linda and Julie's on here. Hank, hello. Miss Laurel in California, how are you doing? Patricia, good to see you. Sue Ellen and Jan, good to see you. Kathy from Minnesota. Alicia is on here from Iowa. Kathleen from Illinois. Michelle, who is normally in Ohio, is now joining us from Minnesota. Eileen and Karen, hello. Trish and Dee from Tennessee. And I do believe I saw a comment that the bubble was lacking, so I'll put the bubble up above there. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to take a few minutes and talk to you a little bit about the mystery program itself, and then we're going to talk a little bit about those fabric bundles. Okay, so if there are questions about the program itself, go ahead and put them in the chat, and like I said, I will do my very best to answer all of them. So again, this is a mystery quilt program put on by our friends at T2Q at Ticket to Quilt, and today is the very first day that the participating shops are allowed to sell fabric bundles. There are 7 participating shops in this particular Mystery Quilt Program. Yes, Off the Rails Quilting is the one who is kicking it off, and they are the friends who are actually putting everything together for us. The quilt is called Seaside Glow. The pattern is put together by our friend Renee at My Bestie Quilt Co. And yes, I have seen it. So let me talk to you a little bit about the program itself. So today is the first day that the shops are allowed to sell fabric bundles. I have several to show you here today. We will continue to see some fabric bundles, both from the Little Shop of Stitches as well as the other participating shops through the upcoming weeks. Your fabric bundle will come with cutting directions so that you have something to keep you occupied between now and the end of September. At the end of September, the shop hop portion of the mystery program will begin, and the 7 shops will take turns once a week. I believe it's on Tuesday nights, starting end of September through 7 or 8 weeks. We're skipping one of those weeks in there, so it would be 8 weeks, to go through all of the clues. So we will take turns doing short live sales, and at the end of the live sale, just like the other Ticket to Quilt shop hops, there'll be a little link for you to put your name and email address, and it will come straight to your email address, the different installments, the different clues that you can put together the rest of your quilt. So again, your fabric bundle will have the cutting instructions so that you can go ahead and get started. Now, I'll say this, no specialty ruler is required. Certainly not to get started with those cutting instructions. There may be some suggestions for tools coming up later, but they are optional tools, and the shops will have those as the shop hop portion continues on. So again, if there are questions, because I know that I didn't hit all of the details on that, and some of the details will come to me here as we continue talking. So go ahead and put your questions down there in the chat. We're going to go through. I have 4 fabric bundles to show you today. Now, that being said, there are 8 fabrics included in each bundle, except I have seen the quilt. I combined fabrics 1 and 2, and yes, I have labeled them. So just to simplify things a little bit, the first one is purple pansies. So I'm kicking it off for my purple people. You love this fabric. You have loved it in some other things that we have done in the past. And I thought, you know what a fun way to put this together. And yes, I have seen the quilt. So these are the coordinates that I put together with the bundle. So this is going to be the one that I pulled the different colors from. So I have paired it with a dark blue, a medium blue, a darker purple, a lighter purple. Believe it or not, this is a very light ash color. There we go, a very light ash color, and then this fun pop of color with the yellow to bring out the yellow in the pansies. There we go. So again, I have combined fabrics 1 and 2, and that's what this one is. And each and every one of the fabrics in a Little Shop bundle will have a sticker on it that says this is fabric 1 and 2, this is fabric 3, fabric 4, etc., etc. Tina's asking a really good question. How do you get the cutting instructions if you're going to use fabric from your stash? So let's talk a little bit about that, because that was the thing. So there is no requirement to purchase a fabric bundle from a participating shop. It is recommended, partly because I've seen the quilt and color placement on this one is going to be very, very important. However, if you want to use your stash, that is absolutely fine. Those cutting instructions will not come out until mid to late September, kind of right before the shop hop begins. So Miss Tina, hopefully that answers that question right there. Can you give us a clue about the pattern? I can tell you that it's called Seaside Glow. I can tell you that it is from our friend Renee at Bestie Quilt Co. And I can tell you that it measures 62 inches square. That is about all that I can tell you. I can also tell you that each fabric bundle does include fabric for the binding. The backing is not included, but all of the fabrics for the quilt as well as the binding. And remember, your bundle, you'll get a paper copy from me for the cutting instructions so that you can go ahead and get started. So, oh, Mama just joined in. Everybody say hi, Mama. If you want the purple pansy, this is the fabric bundle for the new mystery program, and you happen to be on Facebook or you're on Instagram, or you're live on that Comment Sold web with me, all you need to do is type the word sold, put a space, and then the letter A. Hit enter, and the system will put one of these bundles into your shopping cart. Those of you on the app, there's a bubble right up there above my head. Just hit that bubble and then add to cart. Pam from Colorado, good to see you. And yes, please continue to put those questions down in those chat, because sometimes I think I've said something out loud, or sometimes I think I said things so that I understand them, but they don't always translate very easily. This is the second one. And believe it or not, I believe while I was talking, it already went to waitlist. So this one is the rainbow. Yes, I have seen the quilt, and color placement is going to be very, very important. So, and remember, there are 8 fabrics that are included. You see it right here. This is fabric 8 plus your binding fabric. But I have combined fabric number 1 and 2, and that is this one right here. It's actually a Riley Blake. It's a dapple dot, and it's a rainbow dot. So these are teeny fun, tiny little dots in different rainbow colors. And I have paired it with these fun rainbow pantry fabrics. I think this one's going to be super cool. And this one, oh, I lost my B. My Peggy Post-it notes are out of order. Can you believe? Oh my goodness. So there we go. If you would like the rainbow bundle, comment with the word sold, type a space, and put the letter B. Now, if something goes to waitlist today, because I have a small selection for you today, go ahead and put your name on the waitlist, just in case somebody changes their mind, and that way if they put it back on the shelf, it will fly through the air and plop into the next person's cart. Will I be able to make more? We'll have to wait and see. Can I make more of the rainbow ones that are already on waitlist? We'll have to wait and see. I'll have to wait and cut the kits. Remember, I cut them fresh like Subway, just like your sandwiches. So these I cut in advance so that you could see them here today. The rest of them will be cut fresh, just like Subway sandwiches. So this is the next one. It is the Patriotic Bundle, the Patriotic Bundle. So this, as you can see, this is going to be fabric number 8 and your binding fabric. And let's take a look at the fun colors that I've put together with this one. So we actually have 2 different shades of red, one that's a little bit darker and one that's a little bit brighter. We have one of those fun blossom fabrics. We've talked about this one on our Little Shop Live before. I love these blossoms, and this one happens to be a patriotic version. And then we have blue in kind of a light, a medium, and a dark. So if you would like the Patriotic Bundle for the new mystery program, comment with the word sold, type a space, and put the letter C. And I think, so Hank's saying there's no bubble for the Patriotic. My friends, tell me if you see the Patriotic bubble up above. And Eileen is asking, will the yardage requirements come out with the cutting instructions? And the answer is yes. I am supposed to put the yardage in with the cutting instructions when you purchase a bundle. Great question. Laurel's on here. Ooh, I see blossoms. Yes, Laurel is my friend in that we love the blossom fabrics from Riley Blake. Now, again, I'm starting slow with these, but stick with me because we're going to have a little bit more discussion after we see this last one, as well as some question and answer time about this new program. This last one, this is last for today. Yeah, I'm starting a little bit on the small side, and I'll tell you why here in just a few minutes. Yes, we see the bubble. There we go. So this is the Christmas bundle. So this is a fun Christmas floral with the poinsettias on there. Let's turn it on the side so that you can see what I've paired it with. And again, we've got 2 different shades of red, one that's a little bit darker and one that's a little bit lighter. We've got a fun little white with some holly berries inside of there, and then a green that is a light, a medium, and a dark. And I'll remember, there are 8 fabrics included, but I have combined fabrics number 1 and number 2, and they will all be labeled so that you know which one's which. If you would like the Christmas bundle for the brand new mystery program, this is from our friends at T2Q, comment with the word sold, type a space, and put the letter D. I knew that one was going to go super duper quickly. So I'm looking at the quantities on here. Not everything is sold out. There's one of those bundles that are sold out. So if you saw something you like, go ahead and put it in your cart. And there's a very good chance that you need to watch your wait list later today. Now, the other shops are putting out their fabric bundles for today. And so we all have we all have different flavors. We all have different personalities, right? We all have different fabrics. And this is just the beginning. So in that regard, it is very similar to the brown bag program in that we are starting with the kits with the bundles right now, and then the actual clues will not come out for another 5 or 6 weeks or so. And the clues are not mailed to you this time. They will be in your email. So each one of the shops will do a live starting at the end of September through the next 8 weeks or so. We'll each take a turn. We'll each take a Tuesday night, and we will have a short little live sale for you, as well as the place for you to put your email, so it will come straight into your email so that you have all the clues to put your quilt together. For those of you, back to Tina's question, for those of you who do want to use your stash, because that is a difference from the brown bag mystery. So the brown bag mystery, you have to buy a fabric bundle in order to participate. For this one, you can use your stash. Those fabric requirements and the cutting requirements will come out mid to late September. So that way everybody will have them before the actual shop hop starts. And then same way, as long as you are watching those weekly lives and gathering your clues, everybody will have the clues that they need. So I'm going to go through our little ending procedure, but I'm going to stay on here and answer your questions. So if I missed any while I was talking, go ahead and repeat them down in the chat while we do our little thing here at the end. So you have some fun bundles sitting in your shopping cart. You do have 12 hours in which to check out. However, I'll start working on those Subway sandwiches as soon as I eat some lunch. Yeah, because we're talking about Subway now. 12 hours in which to check out. Local friends, I will be at our Panera in Centerville this Friday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon with your bags of goodies. Out of town friends, shipping is just $9 per week, unless your order is $100 or more, and then it ships for free. So tomorrow's Little Shop Live will not have more bundles yet. I'm going to see how these go, but the actual question that I want you to put in the chat right now, before I tell you a little bit about tomorrow, is what other kinds of bundles would you like to see? So this is going to be kind of like Santa's wish list, just a little bit. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be able to pull it off. I will tell you right now that coordinating this number of fabrics is a bit on the challenging side. So it takes some thought, it takes some thinking, especially thinking about where the colors are going to go and placement. See that? Popeye, that's my thinking face. And there are some things that I don't carry. For example, if you're looking for a Kansas Troubles bag, that's not something that I carry, but I know several of the other shops will have some Kansas Troubles, some kind of primitive sort of bundles for you to purchase. But if you had something in mind and you didn't see it yet today, this is one that will really play out well for your favorite color. How do you like that? For a hint that doesn't actually tell you anything. Or if you have a fabric that has an awful lot going on that you can pull those colors from. How do you like that? Little hint without actually telling you anything. So, okay, so there we go. We've got some friends down there putting down below. Terry's asking for daisies, oranges, bright, happy colors. Okay, let me percolate that one. Lori's asking question, will large prints work like cave? Yes. You see that one? Yes. So I'm picturing the quilt in my head. So some of those large prints, you may end up losing some of the print. You will still see the color, obviously, but you may end up losing some of the print. They're not teeny tiny pieces, but they're not humongous. How do you like that for an answer without an answer? Let's keep looking at those questions. You're doing great. Keep up those questions. Jane is asking for greens, blues, browns. Okay. Diana is asking, can it be a white and then 7 shades of one color? Yes. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Trish has a question. Other than the patriotic, could you do something that would be good for men? I'm gonna have to percolate and ponder that one as well. I tend to go girly with my fabric colors, so pondering on that one. I will for sure go back and read these again. Bright happy colors, question on the large print, natural colors, all one color shade. Julie's asking for something fall, kind of autumn colors. That one I very possibly can put together. Paul is asking for nomies. I did not have any nomies in our kits today. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Nomies and maybe puppies, she says. Okay. These are all great. These are all great suggestions. Julie loves the thought that Trish came up, something good for men. Let me see what I can do. Gina says, I'm not sure, but I'll know it when I see it. There we go. Dixie is asking for black, white, and yellow. Okay. And blue and silver in hues. All really good suggestions, my friends. All really good suggestions. Okay, so I'm going to stay on here for another minute or two. You have answered my question. You've given me a whole lot to think about, and I will definitely for sure. These do take some time to put together because there are more fabrics. Getting more and more fabrics to play well together is not always an easy task. So do you have questions for me as I stay on here for another minute or two? Do you have questions about the quilt program, about how it will run, about the kind of the dates and times? I didn't give you specific dates in here. I know many of you have checked your Little Shop email from this morning. Excuse me, and in that email, it had actually the dates for the shop hop, and I believe it starts on September the 30th, and each one of us will take a Tuesday night through the next 7 or 8 weeks and then share those clues with you. So again, we've got about 5 or 6 weeks to gather our fabrics, whether it's a purchased bundle. I will say again, you are welcome to use your stash, and these fabric requirements and the cutting instructions will come out, and I'll tell you where to get them, but I'm supposed to hold that information until it's a little bit closer to the start time. If you want to make your life a little bit easier, your shop owners have seen the quilt, and we are working really hard to put together fabric bundles that we think will work well. Okay, let me go back because you're asking really good questions. Celeste is asking what size again is the quilt. Sure, it is 62 inches square, and you could obviously add more borders, but your fabric bundles that you're getting from the shops are for the 62 inches square. You could add more borders if you wanted to, and certainly if you were using your stash and you have enough, you could make it a little bit bigger. Laurel's asking, when do the shows start? I believe I checked the calendar right before I hit that live button. September the 30th is a Tuesday, and that is when the shop hop officially kicks off, and we will each take a turn for those 7 or 8 weeks. Again, we're skipping one of those weeks, and it's actually because there's a Ticket to Quilt Shop Hop. I will be on that Tuesday. It's election day, actually. I will be on the Ticket to Quilt Shop Hop, which is different than the Mystery Quilt on election day. But throughout those Tuesdays, throughout the very end of September through October, and then through most of November, that's when they will be. And Valerie's asking, if we miss one, how long are the replays available? Great question. So I am going to say they will probably we were not given instructions to take them down specifically. So when we do Ticket to Quilt, those we have instructions, they will only be on there for 2 weeks. But Facebook typically takes down live videos after 4 weeks. And it kind of, if you're using the app, it kind of depends on whose app you're watching, because everybody has different settings on their app for that kind of thing. But that is a great question, Valerie. That is a great question. So I know through Facebook, they will be live for at least 4 weeks, because that's a Facebook rule. There are some quilt shops across the country, not me, that have gone a different route other than Comet Sold. And you may see that throughout the mystery program. So Comet Sold was not a requirement for the participating shops in order to be part of the mystery program. So they will explain on their turn, on their live, whatever platform they happen to be using. They might be sending you links directly to their website if they have a favorite tool. For example, as we showcase our little part of the pattern, they might have a favorite tool. The favorite tool will be a suggestion. It is not a requirement. You need a straight edge ruler and a rotary cutter to do this particular mystery quilt. So no specialty tools required, but it doesn't mean they won't be wanted. How do you like that? Okay, let me scroll down and see if I made any more. Jennifer is on here. If we wish a larger finished quilt, is it possible to use border fabrics? And the answer is yes. Yes, if you find a border fabric that you really absolutely love and it goes with your theme, then for sure, add that border fabric and you can make it a little bit bigger. Christy's on here. Can you tell us the total yardage for the whole quilt? Off the top of my head, you see your thinking face on, somewhere between 7 and 8 yards. Somewhere between 7 and 8 yards. And again, there are 8 different fabrics plus binding listed. I have combined some of mine. So as you go out there to the other shops, and that's totally fine, find the one that speaks to you. You may see other shops that are showcasing 8 different fabrics, maybe even 9 if they added a different one for binding. I like mine a little bit simpler. So I combined fabric number 1 and 2 to be the same, and I also combined fabric 8 in the binding. So that's the difference that you're going to see with the little shop bundles. Cinda's asking, are all shops showing bundles today? That's a great question. Did you see? I stumbled on that one. Oh my gosh. So this is the first day that we are permitted to showcase them. It doesn't necessarily mean, some shops don't do lives on Mondays. They have just a different schedule. I'm guessing, and this is a guess, that they probably have them all listed now on their websites as well as probably on their apps if they do have apps. So today being the first day that we are permitted to sell them, I'm guessing that they are available in some way. Whether or not they're going to do a live sale, that may not be true for everybody. Great question though. Julie says, so this will be completed by Christmas with a question mark kit idea. So the answer is yes. The shop hop and the clues will be given all to you before Christmas. And I believe it will actually be before Thanksgiving. It will kind of be up to you whether or not you are keeping up with the clues and how quickly you can get it quilted as to whether or not you can have it as a gift idea. But for sure, if you keep up with it, I do believe this one is not super complicated. So nobody has asked this question that I have seen yet about the skill level. So I'm going to say it is a confident beginner. It is a confident beginner. This is probably not the first quilt you should ever make in your life, but if you've made a couple quilts, you can handle this quilt pattern. Yes, confident beginner. I feel good in saying that. Valerie's on here. I shy away from this because I don't understand how it works, and I'm afraid I won't get all of the patterns. I have no access to printing them, but you always choose beautiful fabrics. Oh, Valerie, that's very kind of you. I totally get it. I do know that for some people, mystery programs make them a little anxious. Totally understand. For some of you, you're so excited about this, like right here, right now. You're ready to go. You love mystery programs. You've done mystery programs in the past, and you're like, you're ready to jump on it. Some people I know participate in the mystery programs, whether it's this one or something else, and they wait to start until the end. And that's okay too. This is your quilt. This is your journey. So if you want to do that, that is okay also. You can collect all the clues. As to printing them, that's totally your call. You can send it to Office Depot if that's something that you want to do. You can have a grandchild print it for you, but totally understand. Totally understand. Lila's on here. No printed pattern at the end. Well, yes, but no, per Valerie and Lila together. So you'll be printing these on your home printer. So I'm going to provide you in these fabric bundles with the cutting instructions and a listing of the fabric requirements. But you'll be getting those emails as you watch those particular lives so that you can print the pattern. So you have the whole thing at the end. Will it be an actual like for sale pattern at the end? I believe eventually it will be. In the past, Renee has usually held on to it as a special pattern for several months before she releases it to the public. It doesn't mean that you won't see it from Renee. I'm guessing that you probably will, but it'll probably be a while. Another great question. Yes, Anne, good to see you. She just jumped in. Alicia's on here. I love the idea of them, but I'm always worried that I'll do a bunch of work and I might not love the finished product. Tend to shy away from them too. Totally understand. Totally understand. And again, this is your thing. If you love mystery programs, then I know that you're jumping in with both feet, as did I. When it was Jenny from Off the Rails Quilting and said, "Hey Jen, do you want to participate in this?" I'm like, "Yep, yes I do. I think it's super fun." But I also know, again, that for some of you, not knowing what you're making while you're making it makes you a little anxious. And again, you can participate and just not make it until after you have all the clues, so you have the whole picture. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. I get it. Valerie's on here. Husband passed away 2 years ago, and I'm just now starting to sew again. I have truly enjoyed your show. Oh, hearts out to you, Miss Valerie. Hearts out to you. I hope that our little quilty community brings you a little bit of joy and a smile every day. So I think I have answered all of the questions that I see down below. Tomorrow at noon Eastern, I will be live yet again, and I'm just going to give you a little hint. It will not be more bundles quite yet. Tomorrow, you're going to need your caffeine, as am I. Tomorrow, you're going to need your caffeine. There, I said it twice, as am I. Okay, so I'm going to go eat a bite of lunch, and then I'm going to start working on some of your bundle orders. So thank you so much for spending a little bit of extra time with me here on this Monday. I will see you tomorrow, all fuzzy and caffeinated at noon Eastern time with another Little Shop Live. Between now and then, go wash your hands and sew something.